We're flying blind right now, at least when it comes to economic data. I'm Marta Norton, Chief Investment Strategist for Empower. It's Jobs Friday, but there is no jobs data to review because of the government shutdown. A data vacuum would always be a problem, but it's especially problematic when we have a Federal Reserve that self-describes as data dependent. We're also at this great moment of debate between the lingering inflation that we still have and the anemic job creation that we saw over the summer. So where do we go from here? Well, I have a few ideas. First, data dependence doesn't mean data print dependence. In other words, it's the underlying trend that we see month over month that matters, not the result of any single data report. And we already have a sense how the Federal Reserve is looking at those trends by looking at the dot plot from the September meeting. In that dot plot, we saw the Federal Reserve leaning on the margin to 2 additional cuts over the remaining meetings in 2025. There's also other data that the Federal Reserve can look at. Of course, the respective regional banks can review and survey their different regions to get a sense for real-time economic data. We also have private market data that the Federal Reserve relies on and other economists to fill in that broader mosaic of that landscape view of the economy. And of course, at least historically, government shutdowns haven't lasted all that long. It's true that in 2018, we saw 30 days or 30 plus days of a government shutdown, but typically they resolve pretty quickly. The political pressure builds pretty rapidly as economic costs become more apparent. So all this to say, a delay in the data that we have today doesn't necessarily change the course of action for the Fed going forward. Nevertheless, quicker resolution would certainly be better. Your thoughts? I'd love to know them. Let me know in the comments below.